Why do watermelons get upset so easily? Hi, I'm ZGALA, the Art Angel. You can call me Auntie Angel. This is the Head Hutt. It is windy outside. I don't know if you can hear that at the moment, but you're likely to. And as usual, I'll tell you the punchline of that silly joke at the end of this video, if I can remember to do it and I don't mess up the video. It's a couple of ifs for you. Mostly, I wanted to help us calm down. Instead of being like watermelons, let's do a few breathing rounds and reset. I like to call it reset in 3 breaths. And then I'm going to do a little bit of stretching. So if you care to join me, I invite you to do that however feels good in your body. I like to remind you there's not one way. Make sure you listen to your own body, your own lead. And really the point is just to check in with yourself. Hopefully do a little bit of deep breathing and letting go of stress. You can sing your life a little bit if you care to join me in that. I find it's fun. All right, I'm gonna root myself into the center of the earth. I'm gonna keep my vest and my sweatshirt on because it's chilly, and I am gonna get off my toes though and adjust on the pillow, or maybe I'm getting on my toes in a different way. Anyway, I'm gonna breathe in and tense up the shoulders the first 3 times. So I think I'm gonna do 3 rounds of 3 breaths. Is that cheating? Let's see. Breathing in, tensing everything up and holding, and then just letting that go, shaking it off. Let's do another one of those. Breathing in, tensing up, breathing in a little more, and then just letting all that go, shaking it off, shaking it off. Let's do one more of those. Breathing in, tensing up, breathing in a little more, and then just letting it go, shaking it off. That's a great way to reset. Just a quick 3 breaths where you're gathering up all the stress and then just dissipating it, letting it go. Another one is 3 deep, slow breaths where I'm going to try to lengthen, make longer and slower every breath or every couple rounds of breath. And I'm going to use my hands like this to count it out so that I try to keep it even and focus on the breathing. And I'm going to start with probably a count of 5 in and 5 out, and then I'm going to try to extend that to 6 or 7, and then the same amount out. You get the idea. So let's try it. Again, I encourage you to try it at your own pace. There's not one right or wrong way. It's just a matter of bringing your awareness into the breath and trying to make your breath slower, deeper, more steady and regular. So let's give it a try. I'm going to also be breathing into the belly, so pulling down the diaphragm and pooching out the belly a little bit on the breath in, and then pushing up the diaphragm and pulling in on the belly on the exhale, which you won't be able to see. Let's try it. I'm going to start with an exhale. there you have it, just a real quick demonstration from 5 to 8, increasing every round and making the breath slower, deeper. I've been playing with a heart coherence mechanism device. It's a device, and learning quite quickly. You start to learn that the slower, more regular you make your breath, the more coherent your system is. So let's do one more type of breathing, which is called box breathing. And again, I'm going to use my hands to count it out. And this time I'm going to use a 4 or 5 count and just keep it in that lower end range. And in fact, we'll keep it at a 4 count. I'll try to. It's difficult for me to do that because I've been practicing at 6 and 7. But in this case, we're going to breathe in for a certain count. We're going to hold for a certain count. We're going to exhale for the same count and hold that exhale for the same count, and then repeat. And sometimes extend that count as you go around that box. So it's an even, you know, it's called a box breathing because it's even on all 4 sides. Up, holding, exhaling, holding. Let's give it a try. Hopefully you get the idea. I usually try to give that at least 7 minutes. 11 to 20 minutes is even better. In the mornings usually, sometimes again at night. Do highly recommend. It's a very helpful habit to develop, the habit of breathing, paying attention to your breath for a little while. Ideally trying to clear your mind, or just noticing what thoughts come up, letting them come up and pass. Sometimes I try to focus on like a sensation or a color. Sometimes I just focus on the counting. And invariably my mind wanders because apparently I'm not that disciplined. So I just always, when I notice it's wandered, bring it back to whatever I was doing or whatever I'm deciding to do. And so in a way, that's my form of meditation. It continues to evolve and has evolved over the decades. I encourage you to develop your own method of meditation. It's pretty much in all the books, has one of the greatest things we can do to help maintain emotional regulation and healthier, happier lives. Speaking of that, why do watermelons get upset so easily? Anybody? They're melodramatic. Crack myself up. Hey, if I'm not good for a good silly joke, I don't know. I'm good for some other things. Anyway, thank you for stopping by. Thanks for indulging me in my silly joke. Thanks for joining me in a little bit of resetting and breathing, and hopefully checking in with yourself, loving yourself a little bit more. I thank you if you like and subscribe to this channel. It really does help me out a lot. Thank you if you leave me a comment. I'll try to hit you back. And until next time, stay curious, Stay courageous. Hopefully get more fit so you can be more free.